and hit this guy in the middle, and it should be able to take him out. We don't have the damage state boost, but I think this should be enough. Now today guys, we're going to be doing a showcase on the first unit that's going to be the limited time unit banner here in Honkai Star Rail once the game releases officially, and her name is SEELE. She is a 5-star quantum single target damage dealing unit. She does a bunch of damage guys, and I want to show you guys why she can actually get really bonkers. Now just like in Genshin Impact, you can go ahead and test trial the character, and there's going to be also other characters that you can test trial as well that accompany her, as such as Pella, then you have Hook, and you also have Natasha, which are all going to be 4-star units alongside SEELE in her banner. Before we move on guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and like the video if you like the video, and share this around. And so you guys can see SEELE, this is going to be her banner here. She is going to have a rate up guys, and also these units that you saw also that come with her in the test trial, they're also going to be part of the rate up for the 4-star units that you can go ahead and pull. Now in order for you to get SEELE, it's going to be just like Genshin Impact. You're going to have 90 pulls, and once you reach that 90th pull, you'll have a 50% chance to pull the limited unit banner that is on rate up. Now if you don't get that character in that 50% chance, your next 5-star that you do pull will be the guaranteed limited unit that is on the banner. And now that we're in closed beta 3 and we got a lot more information about the gacha, I'm going to make a separate video and giving my thoughts on that. We will also be going over SEELE's light cone, which is basically like a weapon in Genshin Impact, and it's in this form of a card that you can give your characters that have passive abilities and can give your character a very large boost in either damage, supportability, or healing, or anything of that nature. These things are very powerful, we all know this, and we will go over that, but first I want to show you guys SEELE in action. One thing I want to note to you guys, the key thing about her isn't actually displayed during battle. You actually have to either see it in the character menu or in the battle menu, which is here. So what this explains is every time she gets a kill guys, right, whenever she defeats an enemy, she will go ahead and get an extra turn, which is very powerful in turn-based games in general overall. And that's not it guys. Once she gets a extra turn, she's gonna be in this buffed state, right, where SEELE increases her damage by 40% for 1 turn. Now this is really key guys, because it doesn't just limit it to your skill, right? You can also use your ultimate and get that 40% damage boost, so you can do a bunch of damage. Also, when you take out an enemy and you get the extra turn and you take out another enemy, you can't get an extra turn because resurgence will not trigger again, and that's the name of her talent. I want to show you guys her in action. So her E ability, which is the first ability we're going to do that you need a skill point to use, she does single target damage and increases her speed by 25%. Now remember, if we take out an enemy guys, we will get an extra turn. So let's go ahead and hit this guy that is currently weak to us. There she goes, flinging around the scythe, looking cool and stuff with the cool particle effects. Very nice. So let's go ahead and take him out. We should be able to take him out here, and oh, we actually didn't take him out. But the cool thing here is though, we do have our ultimate, so we're gonna go ahead and use that, and we're gonna go ahead and hit this guy in the middle, and it should be able to take him out. We don't have the damage state boost, but I think this should be enough. Yeah, we did, because we had the crit. So now it showed you guys that she does get the extra turn here in the turn meter, so that's very powerful. If you guys don't know about the turn meter, it's all determined on speed and also manipulating a unit to be able to skip other units, which is what she has in her own kit, which is very key. As you guys can see, we're getting another turn. So now that we have the 40% damage boost because we got the extra turn, we will be able to take this guy out, and let's go ahead and use our skill point ability again, the one that increases her speed, and you can basically keep that speed buff on her. Now the thing with her having her speed buff, the good thing about that is that if she doesn't manage to get a reset, as you guys can see right here in the top left, she's gonna be so fast, she's still gonna be going past other characters that are slower than her, so she can go ahead and still get her turn and a lot faster than other people. So we're gonna go ahead and use our Q ability, and it's a single target damaging ability that does quantum damage. So now we're in the second wave, so let's go ahead and retry this whole thing again. Let's go ahead and try to take out one of these guys, see if we can actually maybe get a crit. I think we did get a crit because we did take him out that time. Let's go ahead and take this guy out because we are in the boosted state, so we should be able to take him out, and then this should give us our ultimate. Nice crit damage hit. Did give us our ultimate, guys. So now we're gonna get another turn, and that's another thing in this game that's very unique to other turn-based games. In turn-based games, if you want to use your ultimate, you have to wait until it's your turn for you to be able to use your ultimate. And the good thing is that you don't have to wait here. You can go ahead and use it, and it basically counts as an extra turn, which gives it more of an action RPG-ish kind of feel there. So I saw what Hoyoverse did there. Very clever and a very fun mechanic to just be able to use your ultimate or your burst, or whatever you like to call it, as you please. So that guy's taken out, and he is gone and got obliterated. And before we look at her light cone, guys, I want to show you guys her Eidolon resonance. So Eidolon resonance is the same thing as constellation in Genshin Impact. So just think that whenever I say ER, because that's what I'm going to be referring it to. So for her first ER called Butterfly Dance, what this does is the speed boost effect of Sheila's skill can stack up to 2 times. Right, so that's really good. Instead of it being 25%, it can be 50% more speed that you're getting on the buff. Strong ability either way. Then for her second ER is called Cutoff. When she's dealing damage to an enemy whose HP is 50% of their max HP or lower, Sheila's crit rate increases by 15%. Now this is really good because this just further helps out her execution and to be able to get her passive proccing and get the extra turn and be able to defeat the enemy. Now let's say it's a very tanky enemy or whatnot, and 50% HP is still considered a lot. 15% crit is still very nice because having that higher chance just to be able to do more damage is going to be very good for her. And again, just her having that speed and not being able to get turns against very tankier bosses, it makes up for it, and you'll be taking a lot of turns either way. Now for her third ER is basically just damage boost overall. Her fourth ER is actually very nice, guys, because it's called a Glimpse, and Sheila regenerates 15 energy when she defeats an enemy. Now this is so really good, guys, because it was just like in the trial that we showed, guys. Whenever you're taking down an enemy and you're getting already energy just by using your skills and stuff, you're getting another 15 on top of that to help her get her ult even faster. If you really think about it, she can take up to 3 turns in one go round if she really wanted to, if you combine everything by taking out an enemy, using your skill, and then popping your ultimate again. But the way you want to use it, like I said, you want to take someone out, get that 40% buff on your extra turn, and then use your ultimate, which is going to be very nice, so you can take advantage of that 40% damage boost. Now for her fifth ER is called Keen and Sharp, and that's just another ability that's just boosting up her damage, which is nice. And then we got her sixth ER, guys. Now this is a pretty cool ability, guys, because when Sheila uses an ultimate, she triggers something called Butterfly Flurry for 1 turn. Now enemies that do have Butterfly Flurry on them, they take additional quantum damage equal to 18% of Sheila's ultimate damage every time they are attacked. If this means it scales off her ultimate damage scaling is 240%, so it's actually very high, so it should be hitting pretty decently hard even though it's at 18%. They take the damage every time they are attacked, which is kind of bonkers. So if your allies are hitting a unit, they're going to be taking extra quantum damage. And then also it says here, if the enemy is defeated by Butterfly Flurry damage triggered by other allies' attacks, Sheila's talent will not be triggered. So there's that. And there's also one kicker to it, is when she's knocked down, the Butterfly Flurry inflicted on the enemies will be removed. You want to try to keep her up as much as possible if you have her at ER6. One quick thing for you guys to note is that her base speed is 115, guys. This is probably one of the fastest characters that I've seen with this high speed. So I'm not sure if she's the highest character yet. I will have to look more into it, but 115 speed is actually pretty fast for base speed, and that's just her at level 1, no artifacts or anything like that. So very nice. Her getting those multipliers by getting those speed buffs is going to help her out a ton. And that all basically flows into her light cone, guys, because the more speed she gets, the more damage she's going to get. Now off rip, this is going to give you 12% crit rate, and for every 10 speed that exceeds 100, she's going to be increasing her basic attack and her skill damage by 6% and increasing the crit damage of her ultimate by 8%. That's not all, guys. This effect stacks up to 8 times. Now she's already at 115 speed, so she's already gonna have one of the stacks on. So if you make her even faster, she's just going to be adding even more damage, guys, that can stack up to 8 damage. And you guys can see how crazy this light cone can actually be on top of all the damage boosts that she's already getting. So SEELE is going to be doing a bunch of damage, and this light cone is actually really good on her just because of how high her base speed is already, and you're already going to have a stack, plus her skills that can give her speed buffs that can already proc this and make it even higher, right? And then you also got to take into account allies that can buff you too, that can also help out and stuff. But as far as right now, SEELE is looking very nice. But yeah, SEELE is going to be the first unit to come out when she comes out in global and Honkai Star Rail releases. It's going to be very exciting. I'm definitely going to be pulling for her just because I love the side characters, and she looks really cool. Now, the upside, guys, is that you can go ahead and take turn after turn after turn and do just a bunch of single target damage. Of course, her weakness is AoE because all her abilities are single target, but because she's a single target hitting unit, she's going to be hitting those single targets even more harder than those units that specialize in AoE. But the slight downfall that she does have when fighting against bosses with a lot of HP, she actually won't be getting no resets, but she will benefit off of just having a bunch of speed because it will give her a bunch of turns either way to go ahead and do damage and just take those turns. But she won't be getting the damage boost from her passive, which is the only small downside. But either way, in turn-based games, it all depends on the boss you're going to be taking on, and if the boss is weak to quantum, why not have SEELE in there? She's still going to do great damage. She's a 5-star either way that does great single target damage, and you're going to want a vast different amount of characters, because in turn-based games, like I said, it all depends on the elemental advantage that you want to have against the bosses or enemies that you're going against. But that's about it here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this slight early showcase on SEELE, and I wish you guys the best of luck on her if you guys do decide to pull. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you guys are going to be pulling for her, and I will see you guys in the next one. It's your boy Jada. I'm out. Peace.